So in this video we're going to be talking about how to enable shadow DOM on a bindable element. I'm not going to explain to you what shadow DOM is. You should know that before watching this video. I'm just going to show you how to turn it on and how it affects the binding. In this video we can see that I have a group box. It's a very simple component. I'm not doing too much effort with regards to the styling. We're sending in a title to that, and then we have two different slots, one slot for a toolbox where I can add buttons and another slot for my main content. And you can see here that these items are on what they loosely call the light DOM, in other words the normal DOM, thus not the shadow DOM. So this view model that these items are sitting on, these items are bound to the current view model for its binding context. On the flip side, this is the component itself. And here I have a binding expression, but this is within the component itself. And so this binding expression is the binding context is the component. So even though they share the same property, in this case, this is the title of the view model. And in this case, it's the title of the component. When the component loads, we set the title property according to the data-attribute that we've set. So that would be this value over here. Let's see how this looks like in the browser. Here is our UI, and you can see how it relates to what we're looking at here. So here's the title that we had at the top. This box here represents our group box. Then we have the H2 sitting over here, and then we have a slot for the toolbar and a slot for the main. And you can see that the title of the view model and the title that's in here is exactly the same. So the two bindings on the light DOM is exactly the same. This button is bound to a greet function on the view model, which is also going to affect the light DOM, and this is going to change the title value. Now this title that we have over here is this binding here, but this is within the component. So when I click the button, I expect this value and this value to change, but not the hello world. So I click the button, I can see test and test, and everything is fine. So the important thing to remember is that everything that you define within the light DOM stays within the light DOM and uses the binding context of the view model, but then the binding inside of the component is encapsulated within the component, and you get all the normal benefits of shadow DOM. So you don't have to do the style prefixing anymore. You can just use the styling as you are used to in shadow DOM. Lastly, we need to look at how we enabled this. So here's my group box, and I'm inheriting from the bindable element, and I've got this read-only property called shadow DOM, and it returns true. And so once you do that, that's all you need for the bindable element to encapsulate itself in that shadow DOM. Easy peasy.